The life you dream of, the person you aspire to become, isn't as far away as it might seem. It's not something reserved for a future version of yourself, waiting on the other side of a perfect set of circumstances. It's here. It's now. Your best life doesn't begin when everything is ideal. It begins the moment you decide to take ownership of your journey and commit to becoming a better version of yourself every day. Taking ownership means stepping away from excuses. It means recognizing that while you may not control everything that happens to you, you always control how you respond. Your decisions, your habits, and your mindset, they shape the life you live. The power to create your best life is already within you. It's just waiting for you to activate it. Taking ownership of your life is the first and most important step toward real growth. It means accepting that your life is a reflection of your choices, not your circumstances. It's easy to blame external factors, the challenges you've faced, the people who didn't support you, the opportunities you didn't have. But the truth is, while you can't always control what happens to you, you have complete control over how you respond to it. That response, that choice, is where your power lies. Ownership is about recognizing that you are not a passenger in your life, you're the driver. Every decision you make, big or small, shapes the direction of your journey. It's about moving away from a mindset of victimhood and stepping into one of accountability. This doesn't mean blaming yourself for everything that goes wrong. It means taking responsibility for how you navigate those moments. When you take ownership, you stop waiting for others to change your circumstances. You stop waiting for someone to rescue you, to give you permission, or to show you the way. Instead, you take the initiative to create the life you want. Ownership is empowering because it shifts your focus from what's outside your control to what's within your control. It's also about owning your mindset. The way you think shapes the way you act, and the way you act shapes the results you get. If you constantly dwell on what's missing or what's wrong, you'll stay stuck. But when you choose to focus on solutions, possibilities, and growth, you open doors that you didn't even realize were there. Taking ownership of your mindset means being intentional about your thoughts and the stories you tell yourself. Taking responsibility isn't always easy. It requires you to be honest with yourself about your habits, patterns, and choices. It asks you to confront areas where you've fallen short, not with guilt, but with a commitment to do better. It means giving up excuses and stepping into the discomfort of change. But with every step you take toward ownership, you reclaim your power. You realize that while you can't control everything, you can control the most important thing: how you show up for yourself and your life. Defining your vision is where transformation begins. Without a clear idea of what you're working toward, it's easy to drift through life without direction, reacting to circumstances rather than creating your own path. Your vision acts as your compass. It gives you purpose, focus, and a sense of meaning. It's not just about setting goals. It's about understanding what truly matters to you and aligning your life with those values. Your vision is deeply personal. It's not about what society expects, what others think you should do, or what looks good on paper. It's about what makes you feel alive, what excites you, and what gives your life significance. Defining your vision requires you to look inward and ask yourself some honest, powerful questions. What kind of person do you want to become? What legacy do you want to leave? What brings you joy and fulfillment? These questions help uncover the deeper why behind your actions. Once you have clarity on your vision, it becomes easier to make decisions. You can start saying no to the things that don't align with your purpose and focus on what does. This clarity helps you prioritize your time, energy, and resources in ways that move you closer to your goals. It keeps you grounded when distractions arise and motivated when challenges appear. But defining your vision doesn't mean having everything figured out. It's okay if your vision evolves over time. Growth often brings new perspectives and possibilities. What matters is having a direction to guide you, a North Star that reminds you of what you're striving for. With that vision in mind, you can approach each day with intention, knowing that every step you take is bringing you closer to the life you want to create. Starting where you are is one of the most powerful truths about personal growth. Too often, People wait for the perfect moment to begin. They think they need to have more experience, better resources, or fewer obstacles in their way. But the reality is, there's never a perfect time, and the best place to start is exactly where you are, with what you have right now. It's easy to look at where you want to be and feel overwhelmed by how far away it seems. But progress isn't about giant leaps. It's about taking small, consistent steps forward. Starting where you are means focusing on what you can do today, no matter how small that action may feel. Each step builds momentum, and over time, those small efforts add up to significant progress. It's also about embracing imperfection. You don't need to have all the answers or the ideal circumstances to begin. Growth isn't linear, and it doesn't require perfection. It requires action. When you start where you are, you give yourself permission to be a work in progress. You recognize that you don't have to wait to be ready, because readiness often comes through the process of doing. Starting where you are also means letting go of comparison. Your journey is unique, and it doesn't matter where others are on their path. What matters is that you're moving forward, even if it feels slow. The important thing is to take ownership of this moment and make the most of it. You can't change the past, and you can't control everything about the future, but you can control the choices you make today. The beauty of starting where you are is that it eliminates excuses. You don't need to be perfect, and you don't need ideal conditions. All you need is the willingness to take that first step, no matter how small. From there, progress becomes a habit, and before you know it, you're building a life that reflects the best version of yourself. Shifting your mindset is the foundation for lasting change. It becomes the baseline. The way you think shapes how you see the world, how you approach challenges, and ultimately how you live your life. Your mindset can either be your greatest ally or your biggest barrier, and the key to unlocking your best life often begins with rethinking the stories you tell yourself. It's easy to focus on limitations, on what you don't have, what hasn't worked out, or what's standing in your way. But when you let those thoughts dominate, they become self-fulfilling. You start believing that you're stuck, that change isn't possible, or that you don't deserve better. Shifting your mindset means breaking free from those patterns and choosing to see possibilities instead of obstacles. This shift doesn't mean ignoring reality or pretending everything is perfect. It means reframing challenges as opportunities to grow, failures as lessons, and setbacks as stepping stones. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you start asking, "What can I learn from this?" It's about focusing on what you can control rather than what you can't, and using that focus to take meaningful action. Shifting your mindset also means embracing optimism, not blind positivity, but a grounded belief that your efforts matter and that better outcomes are possible. It's the ability to look at your current situation and instead of feeling defeated, recognize the potential for growth and change. When you focus on what's possible, you create energy and momentum that propel you forward. This isn't something that happens overnight. Shifting your mindset is a practice, something you work on daily. It requires self-awareness to recognize negative thought patterns and the discipline to replace them with thoughts that empower you. Over time, this shift changes not just how you think, but how you act, how you respond to challenges, and how you see yourself. When you change your mindset, you change the lens through which you view your life. And when that lens is focused on growth, possibility, and resilience, you begin to see opportunities where there were once barriers, and you find the courage to pursue the life you've always wanted. Self-discipline is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. It's the quiet, steady force that keeps you moving forward, even when motivation fades or the journey feels hard. While motivation may spark the desire to change, it's discipline that ensures you follow through. It's not about punishment or restriction. It's about commitment to the person you want to become and the life you want to create. Discipline begins with the small decisions you make every day. It's choosing to take action even when you don't feel like it, whether that's sticking to a routine, saying no to distractions, or staying consistent with your goals. These small acts of self-control might not seem significant in the moment, but over time, they compound into meaningful progress. The truth is, discipline isn't easy. It requires you to step outside your comfort zone, to push past excuses, and to keep going when it would be easier to quit. But it's in those moments of discomfort that growth happens. Discipline teaches you resilience. It shows you that you're capable of doing hard things and that you can trust yourself to follow through. Self-discipline is also deeply tied to self-respect. Every time you honor a commitment to yourself, you build confidence and belief in your own abilities. You prove to yourself that your goals and dreams are worth the effort and that you have the strength to pursue them. Discipline isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. It's about showing up, doing the work, and staying aligned with your purpose even when progress feels slow or the results aren't immediate. When you practice self-discipline, you take control of your actions instead of letting circumstances control you. You stop reacting to life and start creating it. It's not always glamorous, and it won't always be easy, but the rewards are worth it. Discipline is what turns your intentions into achievements, your dreams into reality, and your potential into a life that reflects the best version of you. Adaptability is one of the most essential qualities for growth and living your best life. Life is unpredictable, and no matter how carefully you plan, challenges and changes will inevitably come your way. But the ability to adapt, to adjust your mindset, your actions, and your expectations is what allows you to thrive in the face of uncertainty. So, being adaptable doesn't mean abandoning your goals or giving up when things don't go as planned. It means staying flexible, finding new approaches, and being open to different paths. It's about recognizing that setbacks and obstacles are not dead ends. They're opportunities to learn, grow, and recalibrate. Adaptability allows you to keep moving forward even when the terrain shifts beneath your feet. It starts with letting go of the need for control. You can't always dictate the circumstances of your life, but you can control how you respond to them. Instead of resisting change, adaptability asks you to embrace it, to see it as a chance to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. It's about focusing on what you can do rather than what you can't, and finding ways to make progress even in less than ideal conditions. Adaptability also requires a growth mindset, the belief that you can learn, improve, and rise to any challenge. When you see difficulties as opportunities to develop new skills or discover new strengths, you begin to view change not as something to fear, but as something to embrace. This mindset allows you to stay curious, open-minded, and creative in solving problems and finding new possibilities. Giving back to others is one of the most powerful ways to create a meaningful and fulfilling life. While personal growth is essential, true happiness and purpose often come from the impact you make on the lives of others. It's not just about achieving your goals or reaching your potential. It's about using your talents, time, and resources to contribute to something greater than yourself. If you've read enough history books along the way, you'll know that our history starts there, and that, at the very least, the story ends there. When you give back, you step outside of your own concerns and connect with the world around you. It reminds you that no matter how challenging your journey might feel, you have the ability to make a difference. Whether it's offering a kind word, sharing your knowledge, or helping someone in need, every act of generosity creates a ripple effect that can inspire and uplift others. Giving back also reinforces gratitude. It helps you see the abundance in your life, even when things aren't perfect. By focusing on what you can offer rather than what you lack, you cultivate a mindset of positivity and appreciation. This shift not only benefits others, but also deepens your own sense of fulfillment and joy. Contributing to others doesn't have to be grand or complicated. It can be as simple as lending an ear, offering encouragement, or supporting a cause that matters to you. What matters is the intention behind it. The desire to make someone else's life a little better, and the beauty of giving back is that it often gives back to you in return. It strengthens your relationships, builds your character, and reminds you of the interconnectedness of humanity. As you grow and work toward your best life, remember that your success isn't measured solely by what you achieve, but by the impact you have, By giving back, you create a legacy that goes beyond personal accomplishments. You contribute to a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive, and in doing so, you discover a deeper sense of purpose and meaning in your own life. The beauty of giving back is that it transforms both the giver and the receiver. It reminds us that success isn't just about personal achievements, but about the lives we touch and the legacy we leave behind. When you choose to give, whether it's your time, your kindness, or your resources, you're not only making the world a better place, but also enriching your own life in ways you never thought possible. True fulfillment comes not just from what you accomplish, but from the impact you create by uplifting others. So as you work toward becoming the best version of yourself, never forget the power you hold to inspire, empower, and make a lasting difference in the lives of those around you.